Sally here, and today we're going to dive into a powerful concept that can completely transform the way you attract women, especially as you get older. And do you know what's most fascinating about it? It has nothing to do with money. It has nothing to do with physical appearance. And it definitely has nothing to do with those cheesy pickup lines you see all over the internet. The reality is that these two words activate something much deeper in the female brain. They trigger emotional connection points that most men don't even realize exist. And listen, I'm going to tell you exactly what these words are. I'll break down the psychology behind them. But there's a subtle detail that almost nobody notices, and it's precisely this detail that separates the men women quickly forget from the men they can't stop thinking about. Stay with me until the end because this information can completely change how you communicate. Let me share something with you. For years, I've studied thousands of interactions between men and women. And you know what I discovered? The men who attract the most attention aren't necessarily the most handsome. They aren't the wealthiest either. They're the ones who master one very simple skill: direct, emotional communication. While most men are stuck in pointless conversations trying to impress, trying not to say the wrong thing, the men who truly stand out do something completely different. They use two words that function like master keys to the female subconscious. You see, the human brain is naturally wired to respond to certain communication patterns, and these two words, when used correctly, create what psychologists call positive emotional anchoring. So, let's begin. The first word is I want. It sounds almost too simple, right? But pay attention to what says I want with clarity and confidence. First, he is taking ownership of his desires. He's not asking for permission. He's not testing the waters. He is being direct. And here's an important truth about female psychology. Women are attracted to men who know what they want. Why? Because it signals leadership. It shows that you're capable of making decisions. It communicates that you won't place the burden of choosing onto her shoulders. Think about this for a moment. When you say, I don't know, maybe we could do something later if you want, what are you actually communicating? Uncertainty, fear of rejection, lack of direction. Now, compare that with, I want to take you out to dinner on Saturday. I know an amazing place. Feel the difference? You're not begging, you're leading. You're creating an experience. And listen, this isn't about being aggressive. It's about being assertive. It's about having the confidence to take up space in the world and say, this is what I want. When you do this, you activate something in her brain called sexual polarity. You position yourself as the masculine energy that takes initiative, which naturally awakens the feminine energy that enjoys being led. The second word, and this is the one that changes everything, is I appreciate. Now pay close attention because this is where the real magic happens. If you only use I want, you might come across as self-centered. It could seem like you're only interested in taking something from the interaction. But when you combine I want with I appreciate, you create perfect balance. You show that you're a man who takes initiative, but also a man who has emotional depth. Let me give you a practical example. Imagine you're talking to a woman you're interested in. Instead of simply saying, I want to see you again, you say, I want to see you again because I really appreciate the way you think. Conversations with you have a depth that's rare. Do you notice what just happened? You're not only expressing desire, you're showing that you truly see her, that you value who she is as a person. And that, my friend, is incredibly attractive. Why? Because most men only compliment appearance. They focus only on the physical, but you're going deeper. You're acknowledging her essence. And here's the most beautiful part. When you genuinely appreciate someone, you're not needing them. You're choosing them. and women can feel that difference from miles away. If this content is resonating with you, leave a like below. That tells me you're serious about leveling up. Now, let me explain the mistake that ruins everything. The mistake is using these words without congruence. Do you know what congruence means? It's when your body language, your tone of voice, and your words are all aligned. If you say, "I want to take you to dinner," but your shoulders are slouched, you're staring at the ground, and your voice sounds unsure, the message won't land. Your body is broadcasting insecurity while your words are trying to communicate confidence. And the female brain is extremely sensitive to these inconsistencies. It works like an emotional lie detector. So when you say, "I want," you need to stand tall, maintain eye contact, and keep your chest open. When you say, "I appreciate," you should pause, slow down your speech, allow the sincerity to come through. It's exactly this level of depth that I explain in my complete guide, Attraction Secrets. There, I teach not only what to say, but how to calibrate your energy and presence so that every word you speak carries genuine emotional weight. And there's one more crucial element: timing. Look, you're not going to walk around saying, "I want," and "I appreciate" in every conversation like a robot. That would be awkward. You use these words strategically in moments when you want to establish intent, when you want to create an emotional memory. For example, at the end of a special date, you look into her eyes and say, "I want to do this again. I really appreciate the energy you bring." That's it. You've just created a positive emotional anchor. Now, every time she thinks about you, she'll remember the feeling of being seen, valued, and desired all at once. If this content is resonating with you, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Every week, I share content like this that can give you an unfair advantage in the attraction game. Now you have the tools. Use them wisely. Use them with integrity. And remember, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to be authentic. See you next time.